Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hey. Look how many beautiful faces we have, both in chat and on screen. Sulin, welcome back. We've missed you.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here. Ready to stab things and talk flickers. I'm sorry it's been a while.
Amazing. How are we all doing? It's been an interesting couple of days. Goatbrother, what have you been up to? Singing some songs?
Don't remind me of that. I'm still got trauma from that. Yeah. I participated in the What Idol. Indeed, Niels. I participated in the What Idol. Now you're bragging.
Great.
And yeah, I'm off work, but it doesn't feel like I'm off work somehow. So that's that. And I went to a Christmas market in years. Here in the next larger city, which is Aachen. And stop it.
Blushing.
Yeah. That was shame.
Chat is so nice today.
Yeah, that was nice. Even though it was a briefly visit, it still invoked at least some Christmassy feelings.
Nice.
Nice.
Over here it's like 10 degrees and raining, so it's like 0 Christmas. You know, we'll get to stuff our faces with food anyways, no matter the weather. So, no, just cozy up inside. Aggie, have anything fun to tell?
Well, I've recently discovered that having super tight hamstrings is actually rather bad for your running capabilities. So I've been doing stretches and it's actually working. So I'm super happy. It's a quick fix for my running. So yay. I used to be super inflexible and I was so inflexible, like 90-year-old man, which I guess is on brand, but it sucked. You actually laughed at me, for when I showed you how bendy I was or wasn't. And I've been working on that.
It was the worst.
It was
and
horrible.
you're still an athletic person. It's like how are you?
How can I be so inflexible? It's been mad. But now I'm working on it. It's improving.
Nobody is offering to help.
If it makes you feel any better, one of the girls in my team had her 27th birthday party in July, and she decided we were all going to go trampolining. I had to go to the loo about 3 times during, because I was so afraid I was going to wet myself just trampolining, and I strained my arm and twisted my ankle. And they were all there doing back springs and flips, and I could barely jump in a straight line. So if you want an example of how to be inflexible, I am your girl.
Nice.
Oh, but we do have some news today, right? I see people are already sharing theories in chat. Let me see if I can get this up on screen.
News?
What
news is there?
On a what Wednesday?
On a what Wednesday?
Yeah, so we got the official casting of the royal Andorran family, including a certain Lord Gabriel.
Yep. And Galad and Galaint.
So I see already like Sammy. So yeah. Sorry.
It feels like we think they're cutting Ravin, don't we? Like based on there's 8 Forsaken, and if you count 8 Forsaken.
Yeah. So do we think they've merged 2 of the Forsaken or 5 of the Forsaken, or
they've merged 5 Forsaken into 1. So Aginor, Belial,
it's an abomination.
Balthamel, Masana, and who am I? Ravin are all merged into, I don't know, Braindar.
With body parts from each stitched together, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, Nils says that Innkeeper Hatch thought there might be 9 Forsaken and they're playing us. Well, okay, so bear with me, because there's already technically going to be 9 Forsaken if we get all 8 seasons, because technically Mazzy T gets a promotion later on in. So even if there's only 8 to start with, theoretically we'll get 9 later on. Although, you know, they could be playing with us, and then there's 1 secret Forsaken, 1 ring to rule them all, and in the darkness bind them. Maybe it's 8 plus Nameless?
Yeah, I was wondering whether they bring Ishi back, if they bring Mori, and if they keep the actor.
As much as I loved
Yeah,
him, I desperately hope that they cast someone new.
Yeah,
because it's just really creepy with the ending otherwise.
Yeah, I'm in the same corner. Just for the ending. Otherwise, I would be on board to get Faris back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
but it wouldn't be in any mystery, like, oh, who is this new character? It's the same actor popping back.
Yeah.
Reincarnation thing doesn't work like that.
But I'm still hoping they would bring Izuka Hoyle back at some point.
Oh, as Dana.
Yeah, I'm still on the train for make Dana Millie Skane and show that the Dark One has the power to bring someone back from the grave. Because I loved her performance. She was amazing in season 1.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that we lost her so soon. And that would be a great backdoor for her to get back into the show. And it fills a purpose as well. So yeah, but for Lord Gabriel, maybe we get a merge of Ravin and Samael, because we had these leaked scripts that pointed towards Sammy, but I don't think we need Ilian in the show.
That's it. You know, Ilian is such an easy thing to cut because it goes nowhere. It's just like 3 books of hype, and then he dies in the fog.
Yeah.
So of all the Forsaken you'd cut Samael.
Yeah. And,
personally.
Yeah, and then merge him with the Ravin arc. That would work pretty well.
I don't know. If I was going to, if you've got 13 Forsaken, who've got impact on storylines and whatever, you would cut both Ravin and Samael, realistically.
Yeah.
Because you'd want Grendel, you'd want Semirhage. Personally, I'd keep Masana, and I'd have Masana do both the White Tower and the Saladar role. I'd have her, dual rolling as Delana and Halima, doing both of those things. We've already got Lamphit, Moggy, Ishi, and that leaves us with two.
Grendel?
I think did I say Grendel?
Yeah,
Grendel.
And Demon Red.
Demon Dread.
So we would cut
Aggie. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cut
I
Aggie.
think, I think Aggie is
Alphamel.
practically.
Cut Bilal.
Semi, Ravin,
and Samael. It would be my 5 cuts.
Yeah.
What are we missing? Because I've only said 7.
Asmodean.
Oh my god, Asmodean, which you have to have. There you go, Asmodean.
Yeah. So we would merge Ravin and Samael into Demon Dread? Or do we keep the Forsaken away from Andor?
No, you know what? I think that's kind of. There's no point introducing Gabriel unless he's a Forsaken. Because you've already had Nobility Dark Friend arc in Barthanes. It would almost be a replication of that if he's just a regular old Dark Friend.
Yeah, but maybe he. Well,
I think
maybe some Dreadlord.
It feels a bit early for Dreadlords, though. If we're
to
pre-Black
reveal it,
Tower.
yeah.
And given the seals got broken at the end of last season, for them to introduce him now implies he's a Forsaken.
Yeah.
I think so. Zul has suggested combining Ravin and Samael.
Yeah.
And I think that is the right move, but I think you combine both of them into Demandred. Because Demandred is so important at the end.
Yeah.
But actually does pretty much nothing apart from turn up at Forsaken Socials, stomp around and say, I will kill Randall 4.
Yeah.
And then bugger off again. So if you could give him the earlier arcs, have him pretend to die in Shadar Logoth, and then bugger off to Shara.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of works. I mean, I know Time Endred is a thing, but I really would like them to be separate because I think it's important to have
the rise of new
bad guys.
Yeah.
And it also makes sense from an actor's perspective, right? You get this, sign on for this contract. Yeah,
and I also think Taim and Demandred have to be separate for me because they are Lan and Egwene's Forsaken takeout moments in the last battle. And there's a lot of stuff you have to cut from the last battle, and neither of those are things that I want cut.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've got Galad and Garwin. Jesus, what is wrong with me? Which is amazing because hopefully that means we're getting the
scene.
Well, that's
Ryan. It's not core stuff.
That's
Rafe has promised us some.
Yeah.
Some. Yeah.
I think it was in
realistic?
New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was in New York last year or the year before.
It might have been.
At some point, at some point.
I think it was before season 2 came out.
No. It was.
It was.
I think they screened the finale, the finale of season 2 in the big theater, and after that there was an interview. There was a special event
There was
somewhere
like
in
a
the
Q&A or
States.
something, wasn't there?
Yeah,
in
there
New
was a
York?
Q&A, and I think it was at that point that he promised
Okay.
for season 3 there would be, because he was asked, well, normally it should happen in book 2, right?
Yeah.
So in season 2,
Oh, beginning of book 3.
Yeah, you're right, because
Yeah,
it's Matt waking
Right.
up, because he doesn't do a huge amount in 2.
yeah.
It's like his
sorry.
first cool scene.
Yeah.
And then it's like all Matt, that book.
It's a Matt takeoff, yeah. Sorry. And I think someone in the crowd asked, and then he said, "Yeah, we're going to do this, but in a more realistic setting, and that it's more believable." So
Maybe, I mean, yeah, it's kind of not believable that he's like weak as a kitten and takes
Yeah.
them out. But yeah, it will be great to see that. I wonder if actually that shot of Matt in the trailer, in the teaser, where he's like looking down, is him looking down at them on the floor after he's just thwapped them. Because I would love the, like, you know, they've inserted this like one shot of Matt, but it is actually from the scene that we're all desperate to see.
Yeah, that would be good.
And to me, it is already more believable after season 2 finale, when he realizes he's one of the heroes. And to me, in my head canon now, he has gotten his memories. Now we're getting these old memories pouring into him.
So the memories are from him being a horny guy.
Yeah, and having fought all this battle, and this experience slowly pours into his brain, into his soul, and he gains the experience, the muscle memory after all these fights he had in his past lives, and that would already make it more believable.
Yeah. Although it probably does mean we're cutting the elfin and the elfin. That kind of thing is probably actually just quite expensive to shoot.
Yeah.
With the skin suits and stuff, so like
They've got Trollocs, they can make a snake out.
I know.
Yeah. My biggest fear is that it could easily look very cheesy, and
that's it. It could look bad if they don't spend a lot on it.
Yeah, and as much I would love to see the Finns and to have them in the story, budget-wise and time-wise, it would.
So what you're saying is we would need to cut back on the wig budget, right?
Yes. No more wigs.
Specifically the wigs. But I
we
guess
do.
if you cut the Finn, where is Moiraine for like 8 or 9 books?
I think it's she's done. We don't get her back.
Yeah.
Yeah, same Penny, but
the Finns are my favorite part of the books. Those are my favorite scenes of all time. So,
I just think like the rescuing Moiraine thing is such a brilliant moment, especially for then the argument that Matt and Rand have after when they're in Ebu Dar and Rand's like, well, I did this, and Matt ends it with like mic drop, well, I rescued Moiraine. Like, I agree, Moiraine doesn't actually do a huge amount after that point, apart from be a sit on the floor and be drained of power, and she gives Nynaeve a hug. But
yeah, and there is Tom.
I think it would be like, in terms of like marketing the show, if you think you've got, you know, if we get all the seasons, you would market, you would bring her back in the last episode of season 7. You would have that be that scene, so that you can then use footage of her in the trailer for, and all the marketing for season 8. And it, like, it's the hype, isn't it? It's Rosamund's back, blah blah blah.
And I think we need a Soiraine moment in the last season that we never got in the books.
Yeah, and I actually think it's really interesting with so obviously they've cast Morghese, they've cast Gabriel. I saw some discussion on Blue Sky and Twitter earlier talking about, well, have they merged Gareth Bryn and Gabriel, or like, where's Gareth Bryn? And I think actually the fact that they've focused so much on the Soiraine relationship means, I'm fairly certain Bryn is just probably going to be cut, or just not as important as he was, because if you cut that arc, and Moiraine and Tom haven't met and mean absolutely nothing to each other currently, that it leads the way for a Soiraine reunion at the end of the show, which is, I think, actually, for me, a more satisfying ending.
Yeah, definitely. So, speaking of Morghese, hasn't been that much talk of her. Mostly focused on like Gawain, Galad didn't something, and Robin. Rob was streaming for a bit before, and we're talking about like the introduction to Morghese, and if we thought that she would already be under like compulsion or like Robin's influence when we first meet her in the show, or will we get the powerful queen scene, you know, where we first meet her like with Elida and Rand, and like how
I would really love if they like opened with a scene of like, you know, Morghese delivering justice or being really kick-ass awesome, Elida being there, like, and maybe being like, oh, BT Dub's got to go back to the tower, and basically as Elida leaves, someone introduces, oh, this is Lord Gabriel. And so like it sets or I guess you wouldn't announce that casting unless there was more to do for him.
Yeah.
But do you think they kill Morghese already off this season? Because I think so. After the teaser, when Elaine puts the crown on her head, I think that's her realizing, because she looks quite sad or earnest at the time. Because
I'm wondering if that's a flashback, just like flashback before she goes to the tower or something.
But doesn't she wear Novice's white? Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
And I think it's Novice's quarter where she is in.
Oh, okay.
I think that is her daughter heir crown, though.
Yeah, but
it's not Morghese's crown.
No, but she hears about the death of her mother, and she is in Tar Valon, so she hasn't got the crown. They won't ship the crown to Tar Valon. So
but if Elaine in the tower finds out that her mother is dead, does she then say, right, I'm going to go to Tanchico? I think, I don't know, like, I just don't think that her reaction at that point would be, I'm going to go and chase Leandrin, rather than my country needs me. And also, if Galad and Gawain... Why do I keep saying Gawain today? Jesus. Gawain. It's because I said Gawain earlier, and it's just thrown me. If they're also in the tower, then it means no one is in Andor.
Yeah.
Apart from, obviously, Gabriel.
Then maybe Talonvor.
Talonvor. Oh my god.
We can cut Talonvor. But I don't think we get the Morghese White Cloak arc.
I have to say, I know it's not massively popular, but I love Perrin's trial. I just think it's a really brilliant, like, full circle moment. After all the stuff Perrin's gone through, and like him sort of seeking restoration for a resolution for his first crime. Obviously, the thing is, his first crime, where he kills the White Cloaks, didn't exist in the show. Although the wolves do it, and then he has now killed a White Cloak. To be fair, he's killed Daddy Bornhold. So, you could still have that.
That's going to be a tougher trial now.
Yeah, because he did just pop an axe into him.
Yeah.
But then, that's exactly what happened before, right? And it happened in...
Yeah, but
Falmer.
It was only, regular soldiers.
Yeah. But it happened in Falmer instead of in...
No.
Or wait, it was... Also when he
woods.
freed...
It was like a steading in, like, lands either on the border of Andor. It must have been Andor, because it was...
Somewhere there, yeah. It wasn't it quite early after Taran Ferry?
Yeah, it's before they even meet.
It's really earlier.
It's really early.
I think it's just after Shadar Logoth when they all split up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think, yeah.
You get the whole chase by the ravens and...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the real question is, if we're getting more gays, are we getting Linny?
We must have Linny.
I would hope so, because she's somehow... I think she's the comedic relief for the Andorran family.
Yeah. Zor's posed a good question, which was then who would be motivated to go with Mac to rescue Moiraine, since we're saying not a Tom romance? Well, I think the answer there is Swan. Personally, I think you have, I've taught her everything I need to, I've taught Egwene everything, blah, blah, blah. And then, it could literally, you could have Egwene unifies the tower, and then Swan can bugger off.
Or do we think,
they can work out.
I'm just wondering then if we get the Min's, Garrett and Swan vision thing with Moiraine and Swan, and they both die in the last battle.
Well, they could, but I don't know. Ran needs two people to be there with him, theoretically, in the cave. Now, you could just make that Nynaeve and Alana, and not do the whole Alana gets kidnapped thing, and just have her be the, he says, if Moraine's not around. But I mean, you could have, Egwene's finale, and then they all go back to Swan, and not have Cadsuane becoming Amyrlin. But to be fair, I don't know, personally, Moiraine and Swan both have to survive. You don't introduce a queer romance to a show to then have them die.
No.
Like, why go through all the trouble of changing all these storylines if you're gonna kill the queer characters?
No, I wouldn't like that. Like I said, they didn't like how it ended for them in the book, so I want to see the show do better.
Yeah. Swan deserves better than an off-screen death, and Gareth, again, an off-screen death. For such two big characters in the book, they got crap deaths.
Yeah.
And I hope they do more with Pat and Fane in the end.
Yes.
Yeah, that got really janky, didn't it?
Yeah. Because he's such a great villain. One of the most mortifying or horrifying scenes is when later in the books when he stabs or cuts Rand on the never healing wound. When he appears and all the fog appears and the creatures are in the fog and killing the people, drool dripping off his mouth. It's totally mental. It's so great. And then that weak ending to such a great villain. It's a shame.
I think Sanderson said it himself that he didn't really know what to do with Fane. He kind of regrets not giving him a better ending to his arc.
So it would be quite okay for me if we get rid of Slayer and then
but we are getting Slayer, right? We have casting for Luke.
Yeah, but we don't know if he's going to be Slayer or just a dark friend.
I think Perry needs.
I think you need a wolf enemy for Perrin to learn wolf things, because it's not interesting to just see him training with Hopper and if he's going to be in.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And also, if you get rid of Slayer, it leaves Perrin with very little to do in the last battle, which he already has.
But then we could give this fight, because I think the fight with Slayer is pretty epic.
Yeah,
hopping from Tel'aran'rhiod into the real world and back again, and doing this with Fane.
Yeah.
I want to see Matt Fane.
So
that match instead, I think.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, because they have a relationship.
Yeah.
From episode 1. Yeah.
What I really like about the Morghese casting is Olivia Williams is such a experienced stage and screen actor, and also I don't know if you guys have seen her in much, but she was recently Camilla Parker Bowles in seasons 5 and 6 of The Crown on Netflix. So she already has experience playing someone who was royalty. And I'd like to see the differences, between how she plays Camilla, who is, this is obviously before she marries Charles, but, very upper class, very confident, very sort of sexually liberated woman, to Morghese, who's, initially really sort of uptight and then, she gets described as wearing low-cut dresses a lot when she's around Ravin. But I love the actor. She is 56 and Nuno Lopez is 46. She is a quilf.
Nice. I have not watched The Crown. Has she been in anything else?
Bags of stuff.
Lots of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've probably seen her in something, but I'm not familiar with any of these people from before that I know of.
I remember seeing Olivia Williams in stuff. My wife watched The Crown, so I've seen her as Camilla.
She was in Rushmore, the Wes Anderson film.
I haven't seen this one, but I remember seeing her in stuff. I can't recall, but yes.
Trying to think.
But the other ones I can't remember seeing either Luke Featherston nor Callum Kerr or Nuno Lopez.
From a brief look earlier, Nuno Lopez, most of the stuff he's been in has been sort of Portuguese.
Yeah. I like the Callum Kerr. He doesn't look like a Galad to me. I'm sorry.
I agree. He's not how I envision Galad.
Has anyone yet checked if Galad is the bare-chested?
Yeah.
In the teaser? Yeah, he is. Yeah. He is. Okay.
And so I can never imagine Galad having a scruffy beard.
Yeah, like, you know what? That's completely.
He should be clean shaven and just like.
Yeah, it's the military style, right? Like clean shaven. He's quite sort of chisel jawed, isn't he?
Yeah. He's. I'm sorry, Americans, but he's what I would call America handsome, and he's too much square face, square jaw. I feel like Galad should be like, he's described as beautiful. I'm thinking I see Galad as more like a bit more androgynous and just like lanky and I mean muscly, but yeah, not like the square jaw.
Yeah.
Hair on his chest.
What's frustrating is that Luke Featherston, who's playing Garwin, looks more like Yosha.
Yeah.
And obviously it's
half brother.
Brand who are meant to be the half brothers.
Yeah.
And to me, both look too old.
No.
Yeah. I mean, they've aged
especially Luke Featherston. Shouldn't he be the same age as Elaine?
Is he like 2 years older, 1 year older, or no?
Yeah, but I think he looks like he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
How old is he?
They've aged up most of the characters, though. Yeah, Galad is 27 in the books.
Yeah, and he's way older, right?
Yeah, and I think Garwin is like 20, maybe?
Yeah.
In the book? 18, 20? 20 something like. I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, he does look like Galad. He does look like a douchey White Cloak, but he's supposed to reform the White Cloak. So
yeah,
I would at least like to see him like clean shaven.
And I've never pictured him, but that's just my headcanon. So bulky.
No, yeah, as I said, like. Muscly, lean, and a bit like androgynous, like
and
black hair,
long. Yeah, I always pictured him with longer black hair. In my head.
I mean, a bit like the artwork by Ariel Burgess. She has a pretty good drawing of it. No, he doesn't, Toby. I'm sorry, but I can't get behind any mustache. Unless it's attached to a beard. Just like, no. Okay, but
Callum Curd is born in 1994.
What?
Yeah.
So
He's a
30.
baby.
Yeah.
So he's
Oh my god,
30,
he's a wee
which
baby.
is
Yeah.
about right for where, you know, to
It
be
is
a couple of
perfect,
years
yeah.
older than the others
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
We're so much older than him. The fuck? And then, how old is Luke Featherston?
I couldn't
it's
find
not
any
on his
information on that.
IMDb
No, it's
or
not.
wiki or anything.
Mustaine.
God, I hope not.
Okay, we had let's see. Oh shit. My computer is doing stuff. One other piece of news that
Oh yeah.
Rosamund is working on Shadow Rising audiobook.
Oh, that's a
Nice.
very cute picture. I love the
Yeah.
t-shirt so much.
Oh, I
the
haven't.
over time.
I didn't even see that. That's brilliant.
It's so good.
I wonder if that's official. Like everyone gets.
Yeah. Did you see the clip that was posted?
Yeah.
Oh god, I can't remember which scene it was now. But I remember being like, "Oh, this is great."
It was Lan kissing Nynaeve.
Oh yeah.
Or like after. sort of
It
being
was
like,
the you have
I
cultivated
will not
this.
be manhandled.
You've cultivated flowers where previously, or whatever.
Some rocks and dust and something.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's official merch. Really?
Where?
No, I think there's a question mark missing.
Oh, okay. I would love one of those. I can't remember if it said when the next audiobook would come out.
I would assume pretty close to season 3, so that they could benefit from each other. Oh, the t-shirt is official, Penny.
Oh, it's already out? The Shadow Rising audiobook? Really? Okay then. And hello.
It is already
welcome.
out.
Oh, there you go. What? It's been out since summer? Then why was this so recently posted?
They're messing with us.
Okay.
Oh, do we have
So-
a first time reader alert?
Yeah,
Oh,
Nadine is here. Rantworthy about her.
Hi.
okay. Where are you at? I can't remember.
I think she's in book 3.
Okay. We can't promise there won't be any spoilers, but you know.
We will.
Because-
Should we?
Let's give it a go.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
jump
risky
into
business
our
being
liquor.
here if you haven't read
You're
the
in
books.
book 4. Where are you
That's
in
on
book
you.
4? Give us the chapter. Or give us the last event that happened. It's a big book. There's a lot of stuff going on.
I don't remember anything that happened in book 4.
Chapter 11. Okay, let's see. What is chapter 11?
What's the name of book
it's
4?
basically
Shadow Rising.
Rising.
It's season 3.
Shadow Rising. Yeah.
It's the alien waste.
What lies hidden? Wait, hang on. I don't know if you finished 11 or started, so I'm going to go to chapter 10. Because if you're on 11, then you know. Okay, chapter 10 of book 4 is The Stone Stands. Which I'm hoping you all know what that means. Yes, Tyr.
Yeah. It's past bubbles, right?
Past what?
Because that's
Bubbles.
the
Bubbles of evil. Bubbles.
Because that's the prologue, right? Or is it chapter 1 or something?
I don't know. This is a really long chapter summary.
We can try to discuss our Flicker from like the perspective of like the first 3 books.
Yeah,
I think we can do that. Yeah, let's I'm gonna play the thingy. If I can find the thingy. Here we go.
It is believed there are worlds where a year is only a day here, and others where a day is a year here. There's supposed to be worlds where the very air would kill us at a breath, and worlds that barely have enough reality to hold together. And as we set out to explore these realities, remember one thing: be steadfast.
So our Flicker for tonight is, what if Moiraine became Queen of Cairhien? And I don't know if you read New Spring.
Oh, yeah, have you read New Spring? That is very important.
I don't think so.
No.
As far as I can remember, she hasn't.
Okay, so there might be spoilers for New Spring at least, or like what happens before book 1. So
Well,
stay if you're not afraid.
Why don't we New Spring, without spoiling anything, gives us a place where it's obvious for us to have this conversation. But we could pivot the conversation and talk about, well, what if the offer comes in for Moiraine to become Queen of Cairhien in book 1 or 2? Like, especially book 2, when they're actually in Cairhien.
Yes, like with the whole
Barthanes stuff.
Yeah. The king.
So essentially, she has found the 2 rivers and all the people in there and brought them to the White Tower. And now, yep, I'm done. I can become queen now. Is that the premise?
Maybe it's a swan plot. If oh god, what is his name? Rubbish King of Cairhien. I should have definitely done some research.
Yeah.
Galdrin.
Galdrin.
Yeah, Galdrin. Yeah, that's it.
Galdrin isn't great. We don't massively love him. And I don't think, like, you know, the chapter house blows up in book 2. Loads of stuff goes on. Barthanes hosts the big party. There's lots of politicking. I don't think it's beyond the pale to imagine that in all of that, Galdrin dies and there is a crisis of the monarchy, and Moiraine already being in the city Like, I wouldn't say that it's something that she would actively seek, but like, you could imagine Swan turns up and just sort of like shoves her into the, like, you know, when you're like, I'll do it, and then like hides behind her, and then it looks like Moiraine said something.
I could think. I was thinking about something similar as Altamar said. There is the party in the foregate. There are the fires in the foregate. What if this would spread to a revolution and Guardian would get killed within that?
Yeah. And if you think about it with show context as well, I'm assuming that you've seen season 1 and 2 of the show.
Yeah, she has.
Okay, cool, fab. So if you think about it with a bit of show goggles as well, like with the link between Barthanes and Galdrian in the show, that if one falls, the other falls.
Yeah.
Moiraine in the city, and you know, we've already seen sort of how like communication is poor and sort of lies change and whatever, and you could completely be like, oh, she, you know, Moiraine steps in to sort of mellow things down. And you know, even with show goggles, Swan is there. So I don't think it's beyond the power to think that probably against her own wishes, somehow she gets stuck and she has to leave the others behind at that point.
And would her mission then become trying to get out of the queendom? Like, how can I get rid of this? And that's her plot now. That I don't want to be queen. I am queen. Someone take this from me. I want to be
Every
free.
book, there's just one Moiraine chapter where she interviews people for the candidacy. Of,
Right.
I need to fake my own death somehow.
Let me figure out how the Mask of Mirrors works so I could put it on someone else and bugger out.
Right.
So we can talk about how Moiraine becoming queen in book 2 would affect the plot of book 3.
Yeah.
So we think plot of book 2 is hunt for the horn. They all end up in Farmer. Book 3.
And I mean, she doesn't have that big of a role in book 2 anyways.
No, she has like that one chapter.
She's with Atlas and Vendine for a bit, and it's not. Yeah.
Book 3, obviously, she's at the. No, she's not at the start of book 3.
Yeah, she's with Rand in camp, and
yeah. Oh god, yeah. That whole plot in book 3 where they go to, the hills, and she gets like, you know, the random people coming and informing her, like the Tinker woman who then dies and all of that. You wouldn't have any of that.
They come to Cairhien instead. Come to her court.
Well, you know, all right. So you're in Falmer. Rand and Co are in Falmer at the end of 2.
Yeah.
There's no Moiraine. Where do they go? They've got Uno. Moiraine is. She's stuck. She can't step in. Would the girls go back to the tower?
I mean, they would they all go with Varen? Or would Rand just be like, nah, I'm gonna fuck off and do my thing?
It feels like a fairly Rand thing to do, but then I'm not convinced that Rand would trust Varen to do it.
And like, where would Perrin still run after Rand and meet Fael? Or no one would send away the Shienarans because it's Moiraine that sends away the Shienarans to Altara? Where
Yeah, I think it is
where they,
Altara.
yeah. So I guess the Shienarans would just follow Rand then, I guess.
So
Or he would try to get rid of them, maybe.
So does Rand go into hiding at that point? He's been outed as the Dragon Reborn across the skies. Does he go?
Yeah.
Because Moiraine, obviously, like, the flag is flying over the camp when they're traveling. And when Rand wakes up, he's like, put that damn thing away. So it makes me feel that Rand's instinct at that point is to hide.
Well, she could... Moiraine could send Lan to get hold of Rand again.
I think I'm with Dana on this one. Rand would head towards Tyr. Perrin and Shienarans would chase them around there. And they can pick up Fael on the way.
Is Rand heading towards Tyr because of dreams? Am I making that up?
No, I think, if I could remember
Or is
correctly,
it because that's the next step in the prophecy?
I think it's both. It's both. Isn't he dreaming about the...
He's dreaming about Calendar, I think.
Yeah.
He's dreaming about Calendar and Balthamon?
Yeah.
And of course, Wall.
Okay. However, all right, Verin would want to still take the girls back to the tower. However, if it's just Verin in Falmer and she is presented with the choice of escorting 2 novices back to the tower or being the only Aes Sedai to accompany the Dragon Reborn, I don't think she takes the girls back to the tower. If anything, she just takes them with her, with Rand. Like, I don't think Verin would leave Rand unaccompanied.
No, but she could send Tomas to guide the girls back to, because when she is with Rand,
well, someone needs to also take Matt back.
By then, yeah,
it's true. Matt needs to.
By then, Rand in the books already is a skilled sword fighter. So Tomas could escort the girls and Matt to Tarvalon, and then meet up with them in Tyr.
They could probably send like some of the Shienarans also, like to split some of the Shienarans up to help them get back to Tarvalon, maybe. Sorry, to continue.
Yeah, I guess you could send Uno with Nynaeve.
Uno wouldn't leave Rand, I think.
No, well, Massima wouldn't leave Rand though, would he? Oh no, wait. Has he had his moment yet? Or is he still...
Yeah, he's had his moment. He's getting there.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, because Massima's weird in book 3. I mean,
I think Massima would go if Rand would tell him to go and protect the girls, because he's so flashed away by Rand being the dragon, and in the beginning, so bootlicking.
But if Rand said, I'm the Dragon Reborn, I really need your help, please take my friends to the White Tower, I don't think any of them would. Yeah.
No. And especially Massima wouldn't.
I think Zol's right in that, because Matt is like being carried on a litter and not really conscious, is he?
Yeah.
And he doesn't wake up and have his kick-ass quarterstaff fight until he's in the White Tower, and that's the first Matt POV we get from in the entire series. So I think he's unwell enough that he at least needs monitoring. And there aren't going to be any other Aes Sedai around because they've been in Falmer and Sean-Chan shenanigans.
Okay, Massima has his major break when Rand makes the ground shake. To help fighters. Oh, right.
That's what I thought. I thought because isn't Massima like still a bit rude and like I think he's sort of I don't know. I feel like I remember him being fairly abrasive until Rand buggers off on his own. Like when they're all together in the group, I don't know. I might be misremembering, but that's true. Varen has the horn.
Yeah, or we can switch it up and have Varen go with the girls and Matt and the horn, and leave.
It would be hilarious. Yeah, sorry. It would be hilarious to have Uno in that group just because more Uno naive interactions.
Yeah.
Or I mean, would they just go to like all because I'm trying to think of like from Falmer. It's kind of like you either go across to you either go straight across to Tarvalon, maybe a little bit south, or you have to go like across and then down because you have to avoid Amadisia.
Or you could take a ship.
Yeah,
down
but
the
they
coast.
don't take a ship in the book.
No, but they could.
Well, no, I don't think they can because the Shontran had all the ships and they all got burnt. I think that's like, and the one ship they could find, which was Bail Doman, he flees.
Yeah.
So I think there's a definite plot reason why they don't take a boat, but I'm just thinking like, could you? I was like, where's the map? I can't just get my arm out.
Wait.
Could you know? All Varen needs to do, right, is find an Aes Sedai she trusts who can take on who she can hand the girls off to. Because they don't need to travel the whole way, right? So can we zoom in on the map a little?
Let's see. Shit. There's foam.
Jesus, so far.
So they could cross over to.
It's really far.
Oh my god, it's so far.
So up there is Tarvalon.
And we definitely don't want them going through the Caroline grass. There's Tarvalon. Go up slightly? Oh well, I guess you know what the answer is. Back through the ways.
Or find another portal stone.
I would assume if Bail Doman would come back, the fastest way would probably be with a ship alongside the coast, cross the bay between Farm and Tanchico, and then.
Well, you'd have to go north, right? Because they can't go.
Right, they can't go.
They can't go through Amadisia, and obviously then you've got the mountains there, so they must have to go up and over. Because I mean, as the crow flies, it's not that far from the two rivers, but there's a big mountain range in the middle.
Yeah.
That they can't get through. Yeah, so they have to go through Gildan. Yeah, what Zul said. So, can we scroll up slightly?
Absolutely. Let's see. Where's...
So do they go through Gildan and then do they go via Lugard? Is that how they do it? Because they certainly don't go up into Aradaman and then across.
No. I don't remember.
But either way, I think all they need to, right, you know, Varen has mates, we assume. Or she must at least have an Aes Sedai she, you know, trusts enough to deposit Nynaeve and Elaine into. She could just give them the horn and say, give this to Swan, or yeah. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't. She just needs to get the girls a map to another Aes Sedai, and then she can sort of cut and run and take around the rest of the way.
But I don't think Varen would leave them unprotected. I think she would at least send...
all she has to do is go to the next city, find an Aes Sedai who's got, and probably not going to be of the red Aja, but Aes Sedai plus Warder, they're going to be fine. There's no. The Sean Chan
would you be that trusting, or I don't know.
So either way, Varen gets them out of Farmer because they don't stay there. And we think that however they manage to navigate the landscape, Rand still heads to Tyr with Perrin, and Matt and the girls go to Valen.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we wouldn't get like the Shinarans then and Massima in, what is it, Altara? It must be Altara, right? Where to get Val and Luca and everyone else there. I think it's. So we would have like.
I think that's book 4.
Sorry?
I think that's book 4.
Oh, sorry. Already forgotten about.
But there we go.
5, sorry.
Book 5. People
okay,
go to Altara. That's not terrible. Unfortunately.
I'm gonna shut up about Miss Ema now.
But what's Moiraine doing at this point, right? So she's stuck in Cairhien as queen. Is Lam with her?
Oh, he would be so bored.
Oh my god, can you imagine? He'd be like captain of the guards and whatever, and just absolutely hating his life. Well, I mean, he's sworn to fight the Shadow. Do you think she'd let him go? Do you think she,
maybe
you go do your thing? I mean, she would need protection, but her being Queen of Cairhien isn't fulfilling her job. Does she confide in another Aes Sedai?
Would she release his bond and just go follow Nynaeve?
Maybe.
Protect her. She's
I would
fighting
assume if she sends him away, she would more likely send him towards Rand.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
He's more important. That's her task.
Yeah, and Moiraine doesn't like people being happy, so she's definitely going to keep Nynaeve and Lan apart.
No, I don't think. I mean, she does support them.
She does.
She says something and she makes some sort of comment about it anyway. It's positive, in a positive sense.
Yeah.
Subtle hint, at least.
Well, in the show, she does. She's like, I like her, the wisdom. And
yeah, but she does say something sort of similar, I think, in the book.
Yeah.
Kind of early on. I don't remember exactly when. But yeah.
One of the interesting things is that this is early book 4. This is like chapter 8 of book 4, so you've already gone past it. Is that it is talked about that Tyr sells grain barges to Cairhien, and that there's been conflict there. Okay. I wonder if she would if she'd be like, no, let's sort this trade out. I've got enough on my plate without having to deal with this. Although people of Tyr aren't the fondest of Aes Sedai, so having an Aes Sedai on the throne of Cairhien would probably not be a great thing for diplomatic relations between those two countries.
Maybe not, but it's still like international politics. We still need to pretend that we get along somewhat.
Yeah.
Because we're dependent on trade or whatever.
Goatbrother.
Sorry, I have to leave. Sorry. Please continue the discussion after I leave. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. See you all after that. Goodbye. Have a great one.
Happy holidays.
Love you.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Bye.
My memory is so bad. I was trying to scour the What Wiki for something to say, and what I found ended up with a dead end. I found nothing really. I was thinking about the Jordan Call, which they found in Cairhien, right? The male part. And I was thinking if Moiraine was queen of Cairhien, she might gain geographic and strategic access to the excavation of the Jordan Call, and that could... I have no idea. No. Probably nothing would change.
Nothing would change.
I mean, yeah, it's there. It would still be there.
Maybe she'd just start construction on a big brick wall around it. Or she'd just cover it back up.
Stop this nonsense immediately. Yes, Damon, we can't come back to this again.
Yeah.
But it's fun as well to just
It is a challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting about the if you think diplomatic relations with Tyr would be strained, and Amadicia, I think, and probably Andor,
yeah,
because of Elida.
Right.
But then
Moiraine, she has
the family. Yeah. Would Cairhien just? Oh, and nope, that's before. Well, no, I was just thinking. I don't know how much we know about layman Damadrid at that point. Moraine's uncle, who used to be king.
Yes. I don't remember because I can't remember what happened in which book. Or we know this. We all know this, right? Right?
Yeah. We know that Elida and Moiraine are not friends, and I think Elida would be so jealous if Moiraine got a queendom.
Yeah, and Elida's had her visions at that point, so
yeah. She's been advising Morghese for a while at this point. And I don't know, her and Morghese have a good relationship. I feel like if Moiraine wanted to let's have a treaty, Elida would be like, nah, let's screw him. You can't trust her.
And yeah, we had Lord Gabriel in book 3 already, so we know a little bit about him. But we don't know that much about him until later, right? We don't have that's later when we have. I'm dropping it. Never mind.
Yeah, we learn more about him later on.
He will do stuff. Things will happen.
Yes.
There will be plots and twists.
And we love that for
okay.
him.
Okay. Right. My brain is just getting jumbled now.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There is a storyline that involves Gabriel. And I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
We know he's not a good dude, yeah.
Or do we? He might have his reasons for sending someone to kill Elaine. What do we know about Elaine?
Maybe Elaine's not a good dude.
Good or bad doesn't matter perspective, really.
Spoken like a
I guess like does it put Moiraine at risk? Like is her like if we know that there are Forsaken in the world at this point, is Moiraine a target for one of them if she becomes Queen of Cairhien?
Feel like all the world leaders are targets.
Yeah. Like if you're the Dark One and you want to wreak chaos on the world, yeah, you start by taking out the world leaders.
And Cairhien is an important country, so
yeah.
Feels like Moiraine would use all the tools available to her to achieve her goals.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, I now have Cairhien, so now I can use that to do whatever she needs to do.
I think she'd be writing a lot of letters to Swan. The postal service would be getting a lot out of them. Because, that's, it's potentially, she'd have... Cairhien doesn't have a standing army, but she would have, lords and ladies who were sworn to her, who would have armies that could fight on their behalf. And you think, she would align her goals and the goals of Cairhien with the goals of Swan in the White Tower.
Would she say that Cairhien stands with the dragon, raise the dragon banner, or would that be too politically a too daring move politically?
I don't know. I feel like, she does it in the book. In book 3,
I feel like she would just
puts the banner up, isn't she? So why wouldn't she? Because also, if she proclaims for the Dragon Reborn as a world leader, then the others, it sets an example for the others without necessarily the countries having to be conquered or whatever. If the world needs to, unite with the Dragon Reborn so that they can all fight the darkness together, then Moiraine setting that in motion publicly as a big, strong country, especially one that is, a bit further north and therefore closer to, don't get me wrong, it's not a borderland country, but it is a northern country.
Yeah.
She would
and
figure
it's
out a
also
way.
on the spine of the world.
She would figure out a way to make everyone else stupid for not getting behind the dragon.
No.
Oh yeah, she dares Daemar that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And yes, Dana Lou said that, especially after Rand takes Tyr, then yeah. having Tyr and Cairhien. I mean, it might make life a bit easier for Rand. It's like one less country to worry about, maybe a bit.
Yeah, I wonder if like if it's if it's used as a refuge or a place of safety.
Maybe she could raise the Dragonsworn army, not have them. I'm stopping myself again.
I'm
I
trying
can't
to
remember when this happened.
Yeah, I'm trying to check one specific plot point. Because I'm just come on.
But put it like this: maybe people who are willing to support the dragon will come to Cairhien to become like, I don't know, part of Cairhien enforcers or something. And say, hey, we wanna enlist here. We wanna help fight the good fight for the dragon.
Okay, no, it's book 4. It's book 4. Yeah, it's I'm just thinking, on your journeys, like Moiraine has to stay in Cairhien as quick, like maybe she can leave for a few days or whatever, but pretty much she's stuck in that place. But when characters are like traveling, like if you're going to Tar Valon, it's not actually that far from Cairhien.
No,
like she can still have influence there. And if people would, hypothetically, if I'm traveling to oh god, what's the country in the north east? Shinar
is northeast.
Arafel.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're going up there, because Arafel is where what's its mill is, where Vandine and Adelaus live. If you were to travel up north, or if you were to travel over the spine of the world, you would cross through Cairhien. It, like Zul has said, like it's a major north and south like crossroads. And so if any of our characters on their journeys are anywhere near, then logically it makes sense that they would use Cairhien as a refuge. Especially if you've got an ally who's queen of the city. I wonder if like her being Aes Sedai like changes the clothes or the fashion or anything like that. You think there are characters who are Cairhien and who we meet who have like really stupid haircuts? And I wonder if like
the French towers, towers.
I'm thinking particularly of one Cairhien character, and I don't think it's a spoiler to talk about an anonymous person's haircut. But like the front of his hair is like shaved off, isn't it? You know who? Yeah. But I wonder if Lan is a presence. Like, do the guys start doing their hair like Malkier? If someone who's high ranking, do all the girls get ponytails or big blowouts? Is blue the new color of Cairhien?
Maybe.
Isn't
Maybe
the
dark
flag
blue.
on blue?
Sorry?
I think, isn't the flag of Cairhien a rising sun on a blue background?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is, because I remember doing something with the flags and realizing it was really stupid. If Moiraine is Queen of Cairhien, and as Zul suggests, she sends Rand with the guys, the gang, does she take another warder? Would she, like, okay, she's not Green Aja, blah, blah, blah. I don't think she is one particularly to give a shit about rules. But would she need someone close by who she had that bond with for both her protection and other stuff?
Sorry,
like
I was distracted by all of these baby voles.
Spoilers until book 4, chapter 10, and not New Spring. So no New Spring spoilers, which is, I think, where this becomes particularly tricky. But okay, so Zul has said Lan stays bonded to Moiraine, and Moiraine can feel his direction with Rand. I mean, that's a good point. She puts Rand with Lan. That is like an instant, like, find my friends tracker.
Yeah. It's got a GPS tag on it.
How useful? I don't know. I guess, you know, she... Well, they wouldn't... I'm looking at chat. You wouldn't have the Civil War. We're moving the Civil War plotline to book 2 when all the Barthany's stuff goes on, saying that when they're all in Cairhien, the chapter house and stuff, shit hitting the fan, then Moiraine has to step in or is forced to step in or whatever at that point. And so from that point in book 2, she is stuck in Cairhien. So you wouldn't get the Civil War in book 3 because Goldrian isn't on the throne. It's already happened. Would Mo eat the sandwich? I don't know. Aggie, what do you think?
I mean, it was a good-looking sandwich, so eventually she would eat it. Really thick slices. Yeah.
Do you think
she'd be fooled to say no to that sandwich?
Do you think one of Moiraine's first acts as queen would be to install sandwich shops, like a chain of
sure.
Barthanes
and regulations on thickness, like minimum thickness of the slices.
No, yeah.
Minimum slice restrictions for both the bread, ham, and cheese.
But the sugar content is lower than Subway, so it actually is bread.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a good point, Zul. Barthany's obviously not actually her nephew. That's just show goggles. He's like just a random cousin. Just another Damodred, but like she has no particularly. I think it's like when you're like, oh, that's my relative who I've met once at someone's birthday party or funeral or something 25 years ago.
So many Damodreds.
Yeah.
The combined famous birthday party funeral. It was a glorious day. Very sad.
Oh, is that... That's when they leave the ship, right? Or were those?
It's when they
Cairhien?
meet.
Yeah, the Aiel, right?
The Aiel.
Yeah. I those were those Cairhien and okay.
No, I think they still would. That plotline still stays the same. Because
you can
they
still have
part
bandits.
ways in Cairhien, and then they part ways in Cairhien. They all make their way to Falmer.
Yeah.
And then the girls don't go to the tower until book 3. Because they've the show is really confusing because it merged those 2 books and a lot of the plot lines. Yeah, that is really valid. The pattern would definitely
the pattern
I
will
think we
provide.
have to assume that the pattern would still weave the important meetings and things like that. It's just, I guess it's more about the characters' motivations. Like really early on, we talked about Rand. Would he actually still go to Tyr? Like, would he want to? Would he want to? If his instinct is to hide, would he? Would he exert more control and influence over Varen than he would Moiraine?
I mean, his instinct at that point is just like, I want to force all the prophecy shit to happen. So I'm just gonna go like, okay, check. I think he would still like just try to run headfirst into everything. And like, I want to, protect the people I love and do this all by myself.
So, does the end of book 3 still happen? The girls have gone to Tyr. Rand's gone to Tyr. The Aiel have gone to Tyr. Perrin has met Fael. They had their little trip in Ilion. Although Moraine's not there. So actually, Perrin's probably dead. Because they're being followed.
No, but he's got the Shinari. He's got Uno with him, so he's fine.
I don't think Uno can kill Dark Hounds.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. We're going through Ilion, right?
If you're going through Ilion, even if Varen's there, I'm not convinced that Varen knows the weave for Balefire.
No, would they necessarily go through I'm just looking at the map again.
Wait, I mean, if you assume they go the same way that Moiraine took them, back to the map. They have to, because they go through Gildan to avoid Amadicia, and then because they go to Ilion with the aim of taking a ship to Tyr, and then they can't get any ships, and then Moiraine realizes there's a bad dude in Ilion and legs it. So, and on the way from legging it, that is when the Darkhounds chase them coincidentally.
Yeah.
So they'd all be dead. Lan, Rand, Perrin, Fael, Loyal would all die if Moiraine became Queen of Cairhien.
Maybe they take a detour and just forget about Ilion.
Okay, let's say that. Let's be forgiving and say that Varen doesn't trust any other Aes Sedai to take the girls back to the tower. So they take a really, really, really long detour to take Rand to Tyr, via Tar Valon. So rather than going south through Gildan and Ilion, they go up, over, through Arid Domain, across the borderlands, over the top of the Cairhien grass, and then come through to Tar Valon from the north, at which point they dump Matt, they dump the girls, they dump the horn. Varen picks up some Aes Sedai friends who she trusts. She trusts Swan, so then she probably gets Swan to pick some friends to accompany them. I actually wonder if another Aes Sedai character who we don't meet until later on would actually show up at that point, because they're around in that area, because they were in... oh no, maybe they're not there. But either way, I think if we hope that Varen gets reinforcements and then they take the big long road all the way down to Tyr, avoiding Ilion and the Dark Hounds.
They all just use
and
way gates, portal stones, or something to fast travel.
Yeah. I think they'd have to, because otherwise the Aiel would fail to take the stone. Because the prophecy can't be fulfilled. Ran can't take the stone unless the Aiel have taken the stone, but the Aiel can't take the stone unless Ran takes the stone, because it's all sort of whacked up together.
Yeah.
So they have to do some speedy travelling, otherwise the timing doesn't fit.
No. But Matt needs time to heal so he can, like, blow a hole in the window. Or wall.
Yeah, I feel like... I don't know. I don't think the girls would leave at that point. Because the girls chase them, right? The girls think that bad stuff is going to happen to the boys, and that's why they leave the tower to go to Tyr.
Oh, they're chasing the Black Aja.
I'm just not... the way the timeline works out.
Yeah.
How do the girls get to Tyr on the boat? Yeah, it must do. There's a river that goes straight down.
Yeah, they take a boat for a bit.
Oh, and Nynaeve gets seasick.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't have a Wheel of Time boat without Nynaeve being seasick at some point. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Zul.
And Matt is also on a boat.
Matt is on a boat, did you say?
Matt and Tom, for a bit. They jump on the... because they follow.
Oh, yeah, of course. They leg it because Matt gets attacked when he leaves Tar Valon.
So they're all boating for a bit.
They're all sailing down. Well, that's nice.
But, I mean, the pattern will probably make them all somehow end up in Tyr one way or another at the right point.
Yeah, I think even if we can get them all there in one piece, in roughly the same whatever, the issue is Bilal.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of weaves Varen has in her back pocket, but let's hope that she knows Balefire like Moiraine does.
I mean, they've taken out Forsaken before. Rand's taken out Forsaken, even though they were a bit crispy.
Yeah.
It's just Bilal. I mean, how much did he do anyway?
Aginor, as our Forsaken expert, what do you think their chances are against Bilal without Moiraine Balfiring him.
Yeah, Bilal is shit.
You heard it here
Fuck him.
Wasn't
Would probably
worthy of the
stub his
time
own toe
chosen.
or something. And accidentally
tripped
Balefire
and, like,
himself.
trips on Calendor.
Right?
Or, you know,
Just
Lampfish shows up.
That could also be a thing. Or he just tries to control Calendor and just goes like unlimited power, and then he just burns to a crisp because, yeah.
He is literally one of the weakest of the Forsaken.
Yeah. Bilal just says something that really pisses off Nynaeve, and she's angry enough to channel, and she nukes him.
Yeah.
Or just stabs him. Like she tried with...
Like she stabs the Trollocs.
Or she tried to stab either Aginor or Balthamel. I can't remember which of them at the Eye of the World. She like runs for them with
She does.
her dagger. Yeah.
She has the... I don't know if you've reread that at any point, but that scene when Nynaeve runs at whichever one of them it is, it's almost like word for word the same as when Ash Ketchum in Pokemon tries to solve a problem, because his solution is run at it. Like, you know, when like he runs between the beams of Mew and Mewtwo, spoilers for the first Pokemon film. And his solution, like, I have this running joke in my head when I watch Pokemon, and it's run at it, Ash, and I really just think that like that is Nynaeve is Ash Ketchum. She is a 10-year-old boy whose answer to every problem is to just headbutt it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe she just runs up from behind and just stabs him.
Yeah.
Yeah. End of story. End of book 3.
She doesn't like the cut of his jib. How do we get Nynaeve into the heart of the stone instead of being captured? Because Nynaeve knows Balfire. Is this because Nynaeve... Are you referencing Nynaeve knowing Balfire because of what she does in her accepted test?
I'm again trying to remember which book things happen in.
Nynaeve's test is book 2, I believe.
Yeah, the test, but more Bailey fires.
She used it on the Cairhien and Bandits /Fades.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, she like she does it. It was a classic Nynaeve. She just gut instincts it.
Right. Okay, so a stab and a balefire, or simultaneously, or
yeah. So I guess providing she can repeat it and she's angry enough, she could. To be honest, if I was sat there listening to Bilal's "I'm so good, I'm the chess master, I invented sword fighting," I think I'd probably be angry enough to balefire.
So it all worked out in the end.
So we can't possibly comment on any further than book 3. However, with a lot of being forgiving with the timeline and motivations, we think they'd at least survive one book. But be a little bit worse for wear.
Yeah. Should we start rounding things off a bit?
Yeah.
We've been going on for quite some time. It's been fun.
That was a good challenge.
And it's good to have you back, Sulin.
Thank you. I'm sorry I've been away. Work has been busy.
Are we doing a Christmas special next week or not?
What day? What, on Christmas Day
On
itself?
The 25th. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with no. Because
yeah.
Well, it's Christmas and I'm hoping that everyone is actually busy enough to not
it's we pagans who celebrate on the 24th.
Oh, you celebrate on the 24th.
The Scandinavians. But we can discuss if we can do something like between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
Yeah, we can see. All
We'll
I know
let
is
you
that
know,
Christmas
people.
Day I am watching the Gavin and Stacey Christmas special, and that's the only thing I care about. Well, are we going to get a What Wednesday on Christmas Day?
Ooh.
If so, I really, really hope that it's a pre-scheduled tweet and stuff, and that he who tweets with the dawn is not having to work on Christmas Day, because that would suck. And also, for some reason, I can't see the innkeeper jumping on a live stream in the middle of Christmas dinner.
Maybe
that
not.
is not the craziest thing that would have happened, though. So,
No,
I mean, it isn't.
That's true.
Come on, priorities, people. But anyways, we should at least spin for a new flicker.
Oh, we should spin. I forgot that that's what we did. It's been so long.
We've been away for too long now.
What's the show called again?
Right. Let's see.
Oh, that's true. Income per Anus probably would.
Oh, we already had this.
We had this last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Sorry,
Okay.
I forgot to
Spin
remove
again.
that one. Spin again. There might be spoilers in the questions.
Close your eyes and we'll tell you if it's spoiler free.
Oh. I guess that's spoiler free.
Is that okay?
I think that's okay.
Who's mirroring again?
Lamp
I recognize
Okay,
the name.
you've all seen the.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, right. Malkier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So what
next
is
week. Go.
Shipping wheel. Yeah.
What if Luthern had married Moiraine instead of Ilyena?
Ilyena!
Ilyena, my love.
Well, I kind of hope. Okay, I don't want to talk too early, but I kind of just hope that means that when he goes mad and kills everyone, he just kills her. And that solves a really big problem that we have. Yeah, Drew would have survived. Justice for Drew. Okay, well, tune in next time to see if Drew survives.
Awesome, and we'll let you know when we will do our next show if we do something during the holidays. So, thank you all for watching.
Thank you.
Until then, stay safe in the Flickerverse.
yeah, see you soon. Bye.
Bye.